Good morning, all, and welcome to the Recruiting Marketing Implementation Kickoff Call with SAP. Welcome, everyone. To start off with, the main focus of today's call will be to confirm that all the project team members have a basic understanding of the various phases of the project, and also to gather the initial feedback on the proposed design of the recruiting marketing site for SAP. So today we will have a project overview that will span for around 10 minutes. And to define the various phases of implementation process, the design content functionality and scope of the implementation, and to wrap up with the next steps. Well, moving on to the introductions. My name is Ajeesh and I'm the primary consultant for this implementation. And I will be the facilitator between the customer, SAP, you, and SuccessFactors. So I'll be gathering all the information and passing on to the respective departments to have a wonderful, recruiting marketing site up for SAP. And we also have representatives from SAP, Minnie Mouse and Kitty McDonald. And please, I would request you people to introduce yourself. Hi, this is Minnie Mouse, and I'm the project sponsor for the project. I'm glad to be a part of this project, and I'm looking forward for a healthy relationship. I'm looking forward for this project. And Kitty? Hi, this is Kitty McDonald, and I'm the marketing communications manager. So I'm looking forward for the marketing side. So the various designs, the attractiveness, the basic aesthetics of the site. Well, we are also looking forward for a basic, a symbiotic relationship with SuccessFactors and SAP. Thanks, Minnie, Kitty. Thanks for the introductions. Well, as you people mentioned, we are also glad to have SAP as one of our clients, and we are looking forward for this implementation. To start off with the implementation process, so we have 4 phases: the prepare, the realize, verify, and launch. We are actually in the prepare phase, and in this phase we will be looking forward for the product overview. And we had a pre-kickoff call last week, and the reviews, like whatever SAP has shared with us, the intake form, the implementation overview form, then the site design questionnaire, the graphics layout, everything we have reviewed it. And also we'll have a discussion on the design preferences, the web style guide, based on the assets, the readiness checklist you have submitted. We will have a mock-up, and we will discuss on that. And also SuccessFactors develops the design content and approach recommendations that we have mentioned. So we are going to mention that in this phase. And also we have reviewed the job data. And finally, we will have the kickoff call. So thanks, Minnie and Kitty, for providing us with the all the necessary pieces of information, and also the documents which are required for the development of the recruiting marketing site for SAP. So what we are going to discuss is about what we require in the prepare phase. So for the sign off for the project, we require 2 major things. That is sign-offs on the home strategy and job description page mockups. That is basically the design of the site, which I'll demonstrate how to do it later in this call. And then the configuration workbook, where we usually records what are the site functionality, the scope, then the content and graphics for recruiting marketing site. And in this phase, SAP can actually give us the feedback on the mockups and the configuration workbook before sign off, so that we will have a better understanding or a mutual understanding on what we are looking forward for. So once the sign off is done, then we will actually go for the project plan. Oh, well, Minnie, I believe you have a question, so please. Well, Ajeesh, I have a question regarding how long will it take for the customers, the site will be up for us? Well, Minnie, I would say After the kickoff call, I would say it's around 16 weeks. However, I'm not committing on a particular date so that we say that SuccessFactors will deliver the product. This is because it depends on the scope or the sign off based on the customer requirements and the resources availability. Typically it takes 16 weeks. And I'm not committing on a particular date. I believe you understand. Well, thanks, Winnie. Thanks for the understanding. Well, one thing to remember here is it is only in the prepare phase we will discuss on the design of the site. So once this is decided in the prepare phase, we can't make really any changes in the later stages actually. So I would suggest once we have the home strategy job description page mockups and the configuration workbook agreement or the sign off, we will have a scheduled launching date. So the launch date will be given to SAP. Based on the customer input and acceptance, we will build the site and we will have the testing, the staging, say test environment and the production test environment, and finally we will launch the product. So product in the sense the recruiting marketing site. Well, any changes after the prepare phase will be governed based on the configuration workbook. And if you see, this is actually for recruiting marketing. There are 3 mockup iterations. I specify there are 3 iterations, and I would say this is the first one, this on call, this kickoff call, and this happens in this prepare phase, and differing from other iteration calls where for the other SuccessFactors product implementations, wherein we have iterations in the realize phase as well. With that, we move on to the next step, that is the realize phase. So this is the second phase of the implementation project, and here what we do is we actually build the site according to the project requirements. So we build the homepage, strategy page, content, job map pages. Then we will include additional search engine optimized pages and optimized say mobile site as well. And then we will have the job collected from the applicant tracking system into the SuccessFactors environment. So this is actually the site configuration and setup. Finally, we will collect all the data from the jobs that has to be mapped to the appropriate pages. Then the subdomain setup and also the integration hosting decision. So I believe that that's a swinging decision. So that has to be made by the customer, whether it has to be an integrated or a hosted web page. So yes, Minnie, I believe you have a question there. So please. So Ajeesh, I want to know what is the concept of subdomain. I didn't understand what it is. That's a nice question, Minnie. So I appreciate that. And well, there are 3 main reasons why we include a subdomain setup here in the customer recruiting marketing site. First and foremost, it is like the subdomain. It is like a legally owned domain for SAP. The second one is the user experience, wherein the user, especially the applicants, they should not feel that you are, when they click on certain icons or certain links, they are moving out of SAP site. So they will think from the back of the mind, they will always say that, okay, oh God, I'm getting kicked out of the SAP site. So in order to give the trust, so I believe to have a better experience, user experience, and the most important thing is the search engine. So mostly the search engine optimization is very important because they will consider the subdomain as a trusted or the reliable link for SAP. So usually when we go to Google and search for it, when they click on the SAP URL, it will get redirected to the exact URL. That increases the trust actually. So the reliability and the trust can be increased there. Well, Mini, I believe that answers the question. Thanks, Ajeesh. It makes sense. Thank you so much. You're welcome, Mini. Thank you so much. Moving on, once the site configuration setup and the site build is done, we will move on to the preparation for the launch. So here, mainly the training happens. And what SuccessFactors recommend is that once we launch after launching the site, we usually go ahead with the training because, say, the user should have a hands-on experience on that. Then we will have a training on the training of the discussion of the introduction to the advanced analytics and the media intake, which as a consultant I'll be taking care of. With that, we move on to the next project phase, that is the verify. And here, majorly what we do is the testing. So here we have stage testing. That's the first thing. So what SuccessFactors do is based on the information or the input given by the customer, here SAP, we will do a test, and we will have a quality assurance testing on that, and we will do test cases and execute it and find whether the issue is resolved or whether the site is up and running for the customer based on the requirements. So once it's done, once this is done, there is a certification for the user acceptance testing, and here is where you people pitch in, and the customer has to review in the staging environment whether whatever they have agreed or whatever they have given or provided to the to us, SuccessFactors is exactly built upon the agreed points. So here they can always do additional user acceptance testing, and finally they can give a sign off on the stage side, giving an approval that you can always move, or SuccessFactors can move it to the production environment. And the next step is to moving into the production, wherein we move the stage side to the production under the customer subdomain. So we say that the testing is completed at this level. Well, having said that, we usually do small or a little bit of testing in the launch phase as well to see whether the production site is running up based on the customer requirements. With that, we move on to the last phase, that is the launch. So here we do, as I said, we do a quality assurance test, a QA test based on the test cases provided by the customer and whether it is being executed and the issues are resolved or not. And finally, the launch. So based on the customer acceptance sign off, we will have sitemap submitted and job feeds activated. So we will check on that, and we will see whether the URLs for the backlinks and the widgets are delivered properly. So here what say backlinks and widgets do is that it actually links or redirects the links and certain tabs, the job search tabs or the keywords to the recruiting marketing site. So all this data migration and the backlinks provide delivery all happens once the customer accepts the QA testing in the production site, and they formally give a sign off. And finally, we will have the project closure activities wherein we do a survey based on the customer experience. We will focus on further improvements, and also as I said, the training schedule or getting started with the training that will help the users. Having said that, we have come to the end of the implementation phases, and now we will look on to the site design, the user engagement, or the SuccessFactors approach towards user engagement. So these are the customer goals, what SAP has provided or what SAP is looking forward from the recruiting marketing side. So they are looking forward for a better say customer candidate experience, wherein they need a very appealing user interface, simplified one, easy to find and submit position. So easy to find means the search searchability function. So they are looking forward for a simplified, more appealing one, And with regards to mobile experience, they are looking forward for simplified interface for job seekers. Then the candidate attraction expectations, like marketing campaigns to attract the right candidate and pull those people into the talent pipeline or the applicant tracking system, so that they will get attracted to the company site and apply for the job requirements. So then the digital optimization. So here we enable configuration with an appealing to the candidate on the career side. The say search engine optimizations allow SAP jobs to be easily searched from various search engines, and analytics and reporting, wherein we can track and minimize the advertising budget. So this helps SAP or the customer to track and forecast, or say plan how they have to invest their budget on advertising. Moving on, this is the objectives of improving the user engagement. So the engagement commitment is to deliver a data-driven and user-centric best practice to optimize the site conversion rates. The site conversion rates means that a recent survey says that 8% of the total visitors are only applying to jobs, and only half of them are completing the application. So we want to increase or maximize the user experience and promote SuccessFactors employee value proposition. So having said that, how we can achieve these goals is through applying for the jobs and attracting the applicants to join the talent community membership and growing along with it. So how this is possible is enabling the visitors to have a quick search, quick, easy, and intuitively designed job searches which are relevant. Then this will minimize site drop-offs. And finally, this will showcase your brand and image, and this will not, interfere with the primary objectives. So these are the certain improving user engagement things. So what usually career site obstacles are that the weak real estate or banners, that is obstacles related to distractions, obstacles and distractions to join and apply. Then there is non-critical pages, or too much of unwanted pages in the career site, and redundant or non-descriptive languages. Then the buttons, which are the links that creates problems for the visitor, and confusing and inconsistent site navigation. So what we look forward is, as a recruiting marketing site, we have improved navigation, wherein the visitors can go ahead and find jobs and relevant ones. Then enhanced job search, that is through keyword and location, or the, desired location. So searching jobs through that criteria. Then close trapdoors, that is when removing unnecessary or unproductive clicks. So what happens is the candidate will click on certain links, and then they will get stuck, and finally they have to move out. So we usually reduces that. Then removing distractions, so simplifying the navigation for a greater consistency here, so reduce the possibility of distractions for the visitors. And the improved interactivity, wherein we add dynamic Twitter fields, or social networking fields there. Then scrollable widgets and site overlays. Moving on, we have the site design mockups. So moving further, so this is the standard, typically what we offer. So we have a home page, 10 strategy pages, job description pages, up to 4 company pages. Then a search engine optimized page, iterative, interactive job map page, subscribe and apply business cards, and mobile site. So we are going to look into the mockups that we have prepared. So this is the first one, that is the homepage mockup. So what we have done here is, you can see the search bar. So this is a large, which helps the visitors to narrow down the search. Then another feature is the joining the talent community, so that they will join the talent community and they will get the email notifications. And next thing is the company pages. As I have mentioned, 4 company pages. We can add it to the home page, which will get navigated to the appropriate links. Then this is the header, which have the true navigation, or when we click, it will be directed to the customer exact links. So here you could see the job map. This is a clickable search job by location. This is a map based search. Then we have content pages and strategy page, wherein we include say various types of jobs. Yes, Kitty, I believe you have a question. Yes, please. Yeah, how many can we go ahead and make changes in this mockup? Yes, yes, Kitty, we have 3 iterations. I have mentioned it before as well. So iteration 1, iteration 2, and iteration 3. So you have you can always go ahead and give us the feedback. So any changes you want to apply, you can always get back to us and we can do it. How will we do that? So well, we have a tool called Notable. So I'll be demonstrating that as well. So we will look forward to it. I'll demonstrate and I'll let you know how to do the feedback. Oh, that's great. Well, thanks, Kitty. That's a nice question. So moving on, this is the strategy page mockup, and as a standard, the initial strategy pages are say these are the 10 strategy pages which will be built for say SAP, and custom text and additional pages will be added post launch. And now this is the job page mockup. So this is how it looks like. This is actually say a map how a candidate applies to a particular position. So here is the job summary actually. So this is how they apply. When they click on apply, it will take them to the business card wherein they fill the basic requirements, and then it will be directed to the particular job description. Yes, Minnie, I believe you have another question. Yes, Ajeesh. So can we add a video to the any of the pages? Well, Minnie, yes. The answer is yes, we can add. The only thing is that the customer, so here SAP has to give us the link to the video actually, so we can do that. And finally, the job collection. So here we have the job collection requirements. So the ATS, that is the SAP recruitment, and I believe Minnie, you have 1,300, so 1,300 open positions. Is that right? Yes, Ajeesh, you got it correct. All right, so 1,300 open positions, so this can be displayed. So there is a rule which is applied, so based on the search, so there is no planned changes in the ATS, so that is what I believe. So this will definitely help searching down the job collection of the job requisition from the site. So moving on. Well, this is how this is regarding the site decision and how we get the feedback using Notable. So you can see there is a link which is associated to the particular feature. So we can directly go, when we click on it, we'll directly go to the say Notable side and to the mockups. So one recommendation here is that SuccessFactors suggests only one person to have access to this particular application, because to avoid much confusion and fuzz during the implementation phase. So in fact, Kitty or say Minnie can have the access, and both of you can have the discussion and finally conclude and update us on the feedback. So all what I'm going to demonstrate here is to go into the particular link. So this link directs you to the mockup pages, usually the home page, the strategy page, and the job page. So I'm clicking on one of the mockups, that is the home page. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add feedback and to demonstrate how you give the feedback. So to demonstrate, you could see this is the detailed header, and these are the company pages. This is one of the strategy page actually. So you could see the job location, map, This is the say join the talent community area, and these are the featured job say opportunities. So as Sean mentioned, if you want to remove or if you want to replace the particular picture, the background picture, what you have to do is I'm going to select that particular area and I'm going to add the knot over here. So you can see that please replace the graphics. So when I click on OK, it gets saved. So Mini Kitty, do you have any other feedback to give on the home page? Well, yes, Ajeesh. We actually need the search by location, search by keywords to be shifted below search job by location and email jobs to me. So, is that possible? Yes, we can do that. So, as I mentioned in the previous demonstration, we can do it. So, what I'm going to do is I'm selecting the particular area and I'm going to add a note. And I have made a note of that. So, it's getting saved. So I'm closing this and I'm moving to the next, say, strategy page. This is actually one of the strategy pages, and if you see, as you mentioned, rightly mentioned, you cannot see the LinkedIn message over here. So I'm going to add that thing. So you could see that I have added the note here, and I'm closing this and moving on to the job page. And here in the job page as a demonstration, I'm going to click on the video and entering a note to change it. So I have entered the note here and Kitty is gonna give me the URL for the video. So is there anything that we need to change over here? Well, Ajeesh, I could see a spelling mistake over the first sentence under marketing jobs at SAP. So you have to change it to, do you demand the best of your professional career? Oh yes, Kitty, thank you so much for notifying that. So I'm going to change it, particularly the spelling. So I have entered the feedback and I'm clicking on saving. Well, thanks a lot, Kitty, for notifying that. So I have made the changes, and so that's how we give the feedback in all the mockups, pages. Next, we will move on to the next important thing, that is a configuration book. So this is the recruiting marketing configuration workbook for SAP. So moving on, the introduction, so which will give the insight of the implementation methodology here. So this will brief whatever we have discussed over here. So it'll take the customer through with the different phases and a short description on each pages. This is the table of contents which is included in the configuration workbook. Next is the sign off. So once everything is agreed upon, so we will sign off in this particular document by SAP. And these are the standard configuration that we recommend for the customer. So these are the certain logo, footer, navigations, other areas like social matcher, etc., etc. So you can see it from this particular area or the sheet. Well, next is the custom configuration sheet, wherein this is the custom marketing specifications, recruiting marketing specifications recommended by SAP. You could see the XML feeds, then the subdomain. The yellow ones, the yellow fields are to be provided by SAP, and we are looking forward to get it from your side. And these are the brand specific, these are the color specifications, font specification that has been mentioned. So under brand specifies, then the mobile specifications or the recommendations, then the job map, and also the social networking links down here. Well, this is the job data quality assessment JDQA page, and this sheet gives you the application tracking system. So these are the reviews by our job collection data team. So you can see the location. So here they have mentioned has been the standard formatting is a location, city, state, country. However, this is their finding missing country from locations, and this is the recommendation, add country to the location data, and for the other areas as well. So they have mentioned the risk level as well. So you can always give the feedback on this. Now, next is the business card and TC email. So here we will specify on the areas or the various text field, the logo, the other subject lines for the business card and emails. So this is the recommended copy actually. So you can always go and give us the approved one. So we can review through it and give us the exact copy. Next is the company strategy, and the SEO pages. So this is how we have mentioned the company page, the recommended one. The approved one from SAP, you have to give it over here. The recommended text that we have supplied, and this is different. This is from the customer side. And these are the various strategy pages. I have included 10 strategy pages, and this is the page content. So the graphic, the recommended graphic, the approved graphic, the text, recommended text field and approved text field. So these are the ones that SAP has to give it to us. Moving on, this is the mobile side, and I have included the notifications, the email logo, email body, email footer over here. So the subject line, everything mentioned. So this is the recommended one, and you have to provide us with the approved copy. Last but not the least, this is the page role configuration. So that has to be given by SAP for all the strategy pages. There are 10 strategy pages which has been mentioned, so they have to give the typical rule for this. So these are the recommendations from SuccessFactors side, and we are looking forward from SAP for a reply, a positive one, so that we can go ahead with the implementation. So with that, we are almost getting towards concluding this kickoff. Well, these are the action items that we are expecting from SAP. So what I'll do is I'll be sending across the email with all the materials that we have reviewed today. And this will be the iteration one for the particular kickoff call or for the implementation process. And so that the engineering team actually can review it. And the SAP project team can review it by end of today, and they can get feedback on the home strategy and job description pages. And finally, after the mockups has been reviewed and the feedback being given to us through Notable, we will review and approve the configuration workbook by 12th, that is the coming Wednesday, February 2014, and we will take it from there. So I believe that concludes the kickoff call, and I'm looking forward for a mutual beneficial and approachable relationship or a conversation with you guys. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye. So, in order to complete before that, so this is the contact. So I'll be the implementation consultant, and you can get the details from this particular page. Thank you so much. So it was nice interacting with you.